So today we are going to practice integer rules with multiplication and division. So this video is a song that I want you to listen to.
I saw you working with the two integers. The math it was right now, that's for sure. You were going strong, but the combo side was wrong. So listen to the song and you'll be right every time. Follow these two words, you won't mind. For your mind, same signs, positive, different signs, negative, same signs, positive, different signs, negative. Now let's practice a problem or two. Negative 5 times 4, what do we do? And look at the signs. Then we multiply, since they are different, it will be negative. But what if I had negative 12 divided by negative 6? 16 signs positive, different signs, negative signs positive, different signs, negative.
What did you hear in the video? What we're going to do is we're going to add that to our notes. So, different signs, the answer is negative. So you're going to write negative times a positive is equal to a negative. Please know that the parentheses mean multiplication. You also heard that if they have the same sign, it's positive. Yeah, it's positive. So negative times negative is a positive, and a positive, of course, times a positive is a positive. Everybody see the triangle? Does it look familiar? You saw it before in 6th grade, right? Okay. So here we've got two negatives and a positive. Now here's how this triangle works. All right. So here, if we are, if I have a negative times a negative, see the negative times a negative, what's left there is a positive. That's how that works. Is everybody clear? And then, if I circle a negative times a positive, then that's going to give me a negative. That's how that triangle works. Okay? So let's take a look at a couple of examples. A few examples. So here, example 1, we have 75 divided by negative 15. Okay? When we have the fractions, when we do the fractions, it is okay to write your answer right next to it. You don't need the inverted triangle. But when you have, for example, 2 and example 3 like that, then you're going to write your answer underneath so that you can have your inverted triangle. Okay? Now, we are not going to use the calculator to put in negatives when we are calculating. We are going to use our brains because we know the rule, right? Same sign what? Same sign, positive. Different sign, negative. And that's for multiplication and for division, okay? So for the first example, we have 75 divided by negative 15. That's a positive divided by a negative. We have different signs, so this is going to be negative. Very good. So we're going to write negative. And then on your calculator, you're just going to type in 75 divided by 15. Don't worry about the negative because you already know it's negative, right? So you're going to type in 75 divided by 15, and what'd you get? 5. So here we get negative 5. So For example 2, we have 153 divided by 17. Both of those are what? Positive. Both of those are positive. Same sign, positive. And then, do I have to write a plus here? No, I don't have to write a plus. And then you're just going to, in your calculator, you're going to type in 153 divided by 17, and what do you get? 9. Very good. So we write that down. Oops. We write that down here. And there we have our inverted triangle. All right, so example 3, we have a negative 11 times positive 9. Different signs. The answer is going to be negative. Very good. So we're going to write negative here, and of course this one we don't need a calculator, right? So this is negative 99. All right. So for example 4, we have 3 numbers on there, and of course, how do I deal with the 3 numbers? Order of operations. Very good. So we're going to do multiplication and division from left to right. Very good. So we're going to start with this, okay? And that is positive times a negative. What's that going to be? Negative. Negative what? Negative 10. And then we're going to bring down the rest of the problem. And now we have same sign, positive. So this is going to be a positive 60. And again, we do not need to write a plus in there, right? So there is my inverted triangle. So now I would like for you to take a minute to do example 5 with your table partners. All right, so here, you guys, we are going to use our order of operations, and we're going to do multiplication and division from left to right. So here we have 8 times negative 3, different signs. That means negative, and it's going to be a negative 24. Very good. And then bring down the rest of that. So 24 divided by 4, oh, I'm sorry, negative 24 divided by 4, positive and negative, is going to be a negative, and it's going to be a negative 6. Beautiful. Negative 6, and there is your inverted triangle again. So example 6. A bank records deposits as positive numbers and withdrawals as negative numbers. Mike withdrew $60 from his bank account 3 times. We want to know, what is the change in Mike's account balance after 3 withdrawals? Now, first thing we want to do is notice that there's some vocabulary in here, right? Okay? What does deposits mean? Right, that means you're putting money into your account, right? So that's going to be positive, okay? And withdrawal, of course, means what? You're taking money out. You're taking money out. So that's it. That's subtracting, right? That's a negative. Ever good? All right. So here, the important part of the calculations is what? So Mike withdrew $60. Is that a positive or a negative 60? That is a negative 60. So I'm going to write negative 60 down here. And what else is important in this? He does it 3 times. So subtract 60, subtract 60, subtract 60, right? How do we write that with multiplication? Times 3. Now, is it going to be, let me highlight this real quick. Is it going to be a positive 3 or a negative 3? That's going to be a positive 3, because can you do something negative times? No, you can't do something negative times. It's always positive. So that's what you're doing something. It's always a positive. Does everybody understand that? All right. So here we're going to write negative 60 times positive 3. Different signs. That means negative. And then, of course, I don't think you need a calculator for this, right? What's 60 times 3? 180. So negative 180 what? Dollars. Very good. Now, the dollar sign goes in front of the number, not behind. That's negative $180. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so because he withdrew, that means that his account balance went down $180. Is everybody clear?